It appears the Raleigh real estate market is finally slowing down. Hello everyone, this is Chris Morton, real estate broker with eXp Realty in Raleigh, North Carolina. And sometimes change happens very slowly, and sometimes change happens very, very quickly. This past weekend, we saw a dramatic change in the Triangle Raleigh real estate market. It appears that the home buying frenzy that's been going on for the past 2 years may have softened up just a little bit, which is a very good thing if you're a home buyer. On today's video, we're going to tell you all about what all of this means for you if you're in the market to buy or sell a home. And if you stay until the end, we're going to give you some practical tips on how to navigate this crazy new normal that we're experiencing. So we're now seeing homes in the $0 to $500,000 price range that used to sell in a matter of days take a little bit longer to be on the market. In fact, homes in the $700,000 to $800,000 price range are selling the fastest of any of the homes in the Triangle area, with $800,000 to $900,000 homes selling just about the same as homes in the $400,000 to $500,000 range. This is absolutely unheard of. Traditionally in our market, homes in the lower price bands sell much quicker than homes in the higher price bands. And for homes in the $400,000 to $500,000 range taking this long to sell is really shocking. We spoke with a builder representative in Wake Forest over the weekend, and they say they're experiencing a noticeable reduction in foot traffic into their neighborhood. In Fuquay Varina, another builder representative with a different company told us over the weekend that they released 4 or 5 homes for sale to be purchased, and a couple of them got 0 bids, which is extremely surprising. These homes are all in the $400,000 to $650,000 price range for both builders. This is a complete reversal of what we saw in the marketplace just even a few weeks ago. This goes to show you that we're definitely experiencing a slowdown impacted by the higher interest rates. And it appears that the price bands that are mostly affected by this are the ones where you're going to see your first time and second time home buyers, namely the $0 to $550,000 price range. But don't get me wrong, homes are still selling even in that coming soon phase when people aren't allowed to actually go in the homes. They are allowed to buy them sight unseen based on the photos and maybe the video or virtual tour of the home. But generally the homes that used to be good enough are now getting passed over for those homes that are really great and look really good. So what is causing all of this slowdown? Well, home buyers that have been beaten up by the market the last couple years, where they've had to put in multiple offers on homes and probably not been very successful, and they go visit a home and there's 15-20 people in the home, those buyers are just getting worn out. And then topping on top of that, the interest rates going up and up and up, a good number of those buyers are just saying enough. We just got to take a break and sit on the sidelines and kind of catch our breath. Their equilibrium has been thrown off by the craziness of the market and unfortunately the higher interest rates. And it's causing these people to just take a pause. The effect of all of this is you're going to have fewer buyers out looking for homes currently. Recently, we've seen fewer showings on homes for sale and fewer homes getting multiple offers. And this has all happened in just the past week or so. Also, I should add that the investors that were out there buying up a lot of the first-time home buyer homes, the $0 to, let's say, $400,000 range, are kind of sitting on the sidelines as well right now. I think they're taking a pause as well, based on maybe the interest rates, and trying to reevaluate what they can buy and what they can invest in to turn a profit. So those investors that were out there competing with a lot of the buyers, they're sitting on the sidelines as well. So net result, you're ending up with relatively few buyers out there chasing all of the homes that are out. And again, we don't know how long this is going to last. It may just be a little bit of a pause so that everyone can kind of catch their breath, but we just want to make everyone aware of it. So a personal story here, I had a listing go for sale this weekend for $445,000 in Holly Springs. And I have a very good friend in the real estate industry that had a $275,000 townhome go for sale in Raleigh with a lakeside view. Both homes got 0 interest from investors. Now this is obviously not, this would be a gross generalization if we said all investors have stopped investing based on just these 2 homes. But it definitely is something we need to keep an eye on, and it is definitely impacting the market at least in the short term, that these investors are kind of sitting on the sidelines. So if you are out shopping for a home and you're in that $0 to $500,000, let's say, price range, you can expect that you're going to see a little less competition. But if you are in the $550,000 and above category, we don't really think that this pause is going to particularly impact you very much for a couple of reasons. Number one, most people that can afford a $550,000 or $1 million home, they could stand the increase in interest rates, the extra payment they're going to have to be making every month. They could stand that and weather that storm until they hopefully are able to refinance down into a lower rate. So we don't really think that that price band is going to be as vulnerable as, say, the $0 to $500,000 price band. As well, those people that are buying a 550 plus home might probably have just recently sold their smaller home that they've moved out of and into this bigger $550,000 home. And so they're flush with cash. They've got some more money than they really anticipated having because, again, the market has been so strong lately. So they therefore have more money to throw into their 550, which would bring the cost of their mortgage down to a very manageable rate. And so therefore, we don't see the $550,000 and above price category, those buyers particularly affected by the higher interest rates. And as we've said before, we don't anticipate prices are going to take a terrific tumble. Maybe homes that were overpriced in anticipation of a bull market where there was a massive run up in prices, maybe those homes are going to need to adjust their prices down a little bit to grab some buyers and get sold. But we really don't think prices are going to take a massive tumble from, say, 450 down to 300 or 350. There's just not enough inventory out there to suggest that there's going to be an oversupply compared to the number of buyers out there. So bottom line, we think prices are going to be fairly steady, maybe increase a little bit over time, at least for the short term, but not this terrific tumble that you may have suspected is going to happen with less buyers out there. Remember, in order to have a dramatic drop in prices, you've got to have more inventory available than you have buyers to buy that inventory of homes. Right now, we've got the reverse. Even with the higher interest rates, we've got still way many more buyers out there than there are available homes to buy. So what helpful advice can I give to the buyers and the sellers out there that are in the market to either buy or sell a home? Well, first, if you are a buyer that does not need a mortgage or you have a sizable amount to put down, and so therefore you can weather the storm of a higher interest rate, this is really a golden opportunity for you to buy a home. There's likely to be very much fewer buyers out there to compete for those homes, so you're able to go out and find the cream of the crop, find the best home for you, give it a little bit of time to think it over, and then make a good offer and win the home versus in the past, you may have been competing against like 20 or 30 offers. Likely now you're gonna probably be competing against 5 or 6 or 7 offers, which in my mind is a lot better odds. If, however, you are a buyer that is very dependent on a mortgage and the interest rates are going to impact you, I definitely recommend the first thing you do is talk to your mortgage broker. Find out if you still are qualified to buy in that max budget you have. Find out how much more you're gonna have to be paying every month for that mortgage, and if that fits in your budget or not. The last thing you wanna do is to be house poor, as we call it, where you have a beautiful home, but you can't afford to go out and you have to eat ramen noodles every night. We don't want that to happen for you. You need to be able to go out to restaurants and have a little bit of fun in your life. So know that you first need to talk with your mortgage broker, see where you stand, and maybe you need to peel back on your max budget. If your maximum is, say, $350,000, maybe you need to peel back to, like, say, $295,000 for your max budget. The positive news about all this is if things continue the way they look like they're continuing, you're not going to see those homes selling for $50,000, $100,000 over asking price. At least that's where things sit right now. It turned very quickly on a dime this week. It may very quickly turn back again. Who knows? By the time you are watching this, we may be sitting at having to pay $200,000 over asking. Hopefully not. We're saying our prayers, hopefully not, but it is possible that you could get into a home and not have to pay wildly over asking price if you buy very, very soon. For the home sellers, know that the market has definitely changed, and if your home was good enough in the past, it may not be good enough anymore. Buyers are going to be a lot pickier because they have less competition. So Know that you need to have your home looking, as we say, like a model, meaning the new construction model homes that are beautifully staged and modern looking and clean and attractive. Your home is going to need to look that way. So if you have a home that you currently have on the market for sale, or you're planning on putting a home on the market, know that you have to provide buyers with a very strong value. They have to be very compelled to buy your home over one of the other homes. In other words, sellers must go back to marketing their home as if it is 2009 or 2010 right now, where homes sat on the market for a long time. So what do you need to do? Number one, make sure your home is very clean, very decluttered. It needs to be looking like a gem when someone walks into it. Number two, strongly consider staging the home. Staging definitely makes a big difference. It helps you pull stuff out of it and declutter it and make it so that people can envision themselves living in that home, in your home. Number three thing, strongly consider getting a pre-inspection so that you know what repair items are needing to be done, and maybe if there's anything really egregious that is obvious to anyone, maybe you go ahead and get that fixed. Maybe you have a light that's out. This might be a simple thing as needing a light bulb, but because you walk by it every day, you don't notice that there's a light out. Getting a home inspection is going to tell you what's wrong with the home, and it's going to be able to put a buyer give the buyer peace of mind that they're not buying a lemon by buying your home if you get the pre-inspection done. Number four thing you need to really think about doing, getting professional photography, getting a professional walkthrough video done that's going to put your home in the very best light. And of course, hire yourself a very professional, very experienced, very aggressive listing agent to get your home sold. A very good agent is going to maximize the most value you can get for your home. So take a look at this video. We think you're going to really enjoy it. If you are considering a move either into or out of the triangle, especially in these difficult times we're entering ourselves into, we would love to be your real estate agents of choice, my team and I. Please email us at hello@mortonbradbury.com or click on the link below. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.